Hello and welcome to our little session all about improving your posture. Now, it's important that I just clear before I say that posture is something that's ever moving, ever changing, and there's no correct posture. However, the only wrong posture is one that you're in all day, which is essentially what all of us are doing at the moment. In lockdown, we're all crouched forwards, we've got hunched shoulders, we've got jutting forwards heads. So what I want to try and do today is just think about reversing that particular posture into a slightly different one. But it's mostly important that you just keep yourself moving throughout the day. So take this as a base, but keep on building, keep on improving yourself and your own posture throughout the day. I'm going to start that again because I just need another run. So, hi guys and welcome to our session all about improving your posture. Now, it's important to note that there's not really such a thing as a good posture. There is such a thing as a bad posture, and we define it as the one that you've been sat in all day. So the only bad thing really is where you are just in one position for 8-9 hours in a row. And that's something that a lot of us do at the moment. We're all hunched over our computers all day, working from home, then sitting on the computer or the laptop in the evening, watching TV. We're spending a lot of time scrunched forward. So what we're going to focus on today is reversing that, strengthening the muscles in the opposite direction, just so that we get a little bit of variation through your poor torso, shoulders, upper back. And so prepare for some muscles to be switched on that perhaps haven't been for quite a long time. We're not going to need any equipment today. We're going to do this all without. You're welcome to start to add in a resistance band as we go if you fancy. And let's get started. Bugger. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Start again. We do need it. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Hi guys and welcome to our posture. Hi guys, welcome to our session all about improving your posture. Now, before I get started, it's worth noting that there's not really such thing as a good posture. There is such a thing as a bad posture, and that's the one that you've been sat in all day. So for us at the moment, that's majority that rounded, hunched, jutting the neck forward position that we're in when we're on our laptops all day, sitting a lot, driving a lot, working from home, looking after children. It's all rounded forward. So what we're going to focus on today is pulling everything back and strengthening the muscles in the reverse direction. So prepare for some muscles to be switched on that perhaps haven't been in a long time. All we're going to use today is a resistance band, and even that is optional. So up to you if you want to drop the band at any point. Otherwise, just make sure you're feeling okay. If anything doesn't sit right with you, as always, stop, pause, rejoin it when you're ready. So we're going to start just sat wherever feels best. So I'm up on my heels, but you could be sat on the floor if that's more comfortable. We're going to have a nice tall chest. So I want you to find a spot on the wall in front of you to look at. It's going to feel a bit bizarre rather than looking down at your computer. Now, keeping your chin level with the floor, we're just going to pull your head backwards so we get a nice double chin and almost align your spine over the top of your shoulders. Now we'll hold and then release. So you can see, if I show you from the side, keeping my chin parallel, drawing that head backwards, holding, squeezing, and releasing. And this does start to really work all the muscles through your upper back, through your neck, so it might feel a little bit bizarre. See if you can get a triple chin going. That's the aim for today. And we're trying to really hold for that 2 seconds at the top of the movement. Keeping your chest tall. It's important we're not doing this by just jutting the head forwards and doing something weird with your torso. So keep your torso still, pull the head backwards. Okay, we're going to take this 3 more times. Squeeze, let it go, well done. 2 more, squeeze, and release. Hoping those double chins are looking good. Squeeze, and last one. Squeeze it back and let it go. You can shake those shoulders off. It does feel a bit bizarre. As I say, lots of muscles working that maybe haven't in a while. The next move is going to use the band if you wish. So what I want you to do is bring the band out and kind of flatten it if you can to get it nice and straight, and we're going to drape it over your palms like you're holding a tray. Now I want you to imagine a nice drink of something on your hand, so you're not going to spill it as we go. We'll keep elbows right into your sides, chest is tall, and give yourself enough slack here. We're going to pull the band apart, so we're squeezing between your shoulder blades at the back, holding that chest tall, and then slowly releasing back in. It's important those elbows stay into your sides, and it's important there's a 90-degree angle at the elbow, because what your body might start to do is peel those hands in towards your shoulders. So keep the hands flat, squeeze and release. Last thing to watch out for is doing the movement by just bringing your chest forwards and not actually getting that squeeze through your arms. So try and keep those elbows in, shoulders back, and just let the forearms move. Okay, so breathing steadily, hopefully some muscles switching on that haven't for a long old time. So should be feeling this predominantly in your upper back, but also maybe in your arms, around the back of the arms, or maybe in your core if you're really fighting and holding in your tummy muscles. Keep on going if you can. Oh no, I've got an itchy nose. Oh, keep on going. Lovely, not what you need on this exercise. Okay, we're going to take that 3 more times. Really hold and squeeze at the end. And release. Well done. Adjust your slack if you need to on the band. Keep imagining that thing resting on your tray. So think maybe it's a beer or alcohol or a cup of orange juice, whatever you're fancying right now. And last one. Squeeze it out. Slowly release back, and you can shake off those shoulders. Well done. So that's started to really get those muscles that pull the shoulder blades together, and we're going to take that one step further and look at the muscles really quite deep behind the shoulder blades. This is a fun one. So we're going to take one end of the band, tuck it underneath your knee or under your foot if you're sat cross-legged. The other end we're going to hold over the top like a bicycle handle. Now again, we're looking at right angles here, so we want a right angle under the armpit, keep that arm level with the floor, and a right angle at the elbow, so we've got a slightly odd position going on. Now I want you to hold your upper arm completely still, keep your chest tall, and the forearm on its own is peeling up towards the ceiling. We'll hold, and then slowly release back down. Now, if you don't have enough slack here, this is going to feel very uncontrolled and wobbly, so make sure you've got enough traction on that band so that as you pull up, you really start to feel it around your shoulder blade. And release. I'm just going to show you from a slightly different angle in case this is helpful. So we've got the arm up, squeezing up, and releasing back down. So you can see that that upper arm just isn't moving at all. Okay, try and keep your eye line forwards rather than watching the arm, just to help keep your chest nice and tall. And feel free to adjust the slack as you go if you gave yourself a little bit too much tension and you just want to take it a bit easier today. This is another example where the move just feels really bizarre, so keep on going. We're going to take 3 more. You will get used to it the more of these we do. Well done. Last 2. Squeeze and release, and last one, squeeze it up, and you can let it go. Shake off that arm. Well done. And we're going to switch to the other side. So again, taking the band, tucking it underneath your opposite knee or under your foot. We'll hold the other end over the top like a bicycle handle. We've got 90 degrees under the armpit, 90 degrees at the elbow. Upper arm is staying completely still, and we're going to pull the hand up, squeeze, and slowly release the forearm down. So it's important you keep that elbow tall. This is what I tend to see. People start to creep here because it's a little bit easier. So keep that arm high, and that's where you really start to feel that squeeze. So again, chest is tall here. Keep remembering to breathe. That's very important as always. And we're really feeling this all the way around the shoulder blade. That lovely squeeze, maybe feeling it into those lats, the muscles that pull your shoulders down as well, and probably in your arms if you haven't done a lot with them over the past few weeks. Last 2, squeeze, let it go, last one, squeeze it up, and you can release, Oh, shake off that little arm. Really well done. So we've got one last postural exercise to do in a seated position. We're just going to bin the band off. We're staying up on our knees, and I want you to bring your hands down by your sides. If you've got very long arms, come up onto your knees to do this. We're going to push those hands behind us, squeeze the arms behind you, and then rotate the palms to face the front of the room. Hold, and then release. Squeezing again, pushing back, rotating, holding. Nice big breath and release. Now the first couple of these will feel like you're working, but not unbearable. As we get to about 5 or 6, they're going to start to really ache. So keep with it. Try and keep that nice active hold at the back of the movement. And keep your chest nice and tall. So you can really feel what muscles we're strengthening here. It's all those ones that get super, super long and loose when we hunch over our laptops. Oh, okay, last 3 here. You might start to feel this in the backs of your arms as well. I know I am. Okay, letting go. Last 2. Squeeze at the back and release. And last one. Keep going, squeeze and let it go. You can shake off those little shoulders. Really, really well done. Let's come down to the floor. So what you're going to need here is a head block or something to rest your forehead on. So if it's not a block like mine, you can use like a rolled up jumper. I'm actually going to just use one of my blocks because 2 would be far too high. And I want to get my forehead just on the very edge of the block. Now from here, hands are coming out to 90-degree angles either side of my torso. Again, 90 degrees under the armpit, 90 degrees at the elbow. If you feel any pressure in your lower back, we'll do a pelvic tilt here. So tuck that pelvic bone under. And we're going to hover one hand away from the floor. Hold it still, and then from the shoulder blade, shift downwards. We'll hold, release it back. Second arm comes up, shifts from the shoulder downwards and releases back. So we'll keep alternating between sides. Now this may be enough for you. Of course I've got a way to make it a bit harder. If you want to, as you bring one arm up, the opposite leg's going to lift as well. So when we think about shifting the shoulder down, think about lengthening from the tips of the toes and then coming back down. And then again lifting, shifting, lengthening, and coming back down. And we're taking it steadily as we go. Breathing gently and trying to get that sustained, stable, steady hold. Remember what I said about pressure in your back. If you're struggling, just do that pelvic tilt under. Don't worry about lifting your legs if it's too difficult. It's a really heavy movement. Keep on breathing. Well done. Okay, we're taking this 2 more times with each arm. Keep on going. Holding for a second at the top. Well done. Last one on each side. Lifting, squeezing. Ooh, last one. Squeeze and return. Well done. I feel like I've got a mark in my forehead. Let's push ourselves back up to an all fours position. And just to stretch out that space between your shoulders, I want you to take one hand, we're going to cross it underneath the other one, come into like a thread the needle pose. Pick that arm back up and we'll switch to the other side. So you can bend your supporting elbow to get that twist under. Just listen to your body here. If you need to do a bit less twisting or a bit more, then please do. It's going to really depend on your scoliosis or your fusion. Might feel a bit different side to side. And you can do this with some breathing. We can breathe out to take the arm through, into hold, out to come back up, into hold, and out again. So just really relaxing with the movement and taking it slowly. Okay, let's make this next one our last one. We are going to stay in an all fours position, and we're coming into a nice position to check our alignment through the body, also get a lovely stretch. So we'll start with just the legs. Make sure you've got knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. Nice big suck of breath in, and we're going to pull the belly button up to your spine. Now, keeping your pelvis steady, we're going to slowly stretch one leg away from us, bring it back in, second leg stretches away, comes back in. Make sure you've got enough room. Now, with these ones, it's going to be tricky to avoid a big rock from side to side, and the way to do it is to pull that belly button up and try and minimise the weight redistribution as you switch those legs over. Now, I appreciate with different hip heights, there's going to be a little bit of movement, that's fine. Just try and minimise it as much as you can. Now, if you're really happy doing the legs, you can add in the arms. So as one leg stretches away, so does the opposite arm. So we're stretching from tips of fingers, tips of toes, coming back down, and stretching on the other side. Lengthening through tips of fingers, tips of toes, and slowly coming back down. Well done. Now, with these, again, it's a little bit easier to avoid that weight shift because we are lifting equally side to side, but just try and take a second to recenter before lifting the second leg, second arm, and we're keeping that feeling of belly button pulling up towards your spine, because otherwise we end up doing quite a floppy movement. Okay, we're going to take this once more on each side, and then we're going to come up into a downward dog position. So make this next one your last one. Bring your hands back to the floor, and we're going to walk your hands just a step further forwards than you'd usually have them. I want you to tuck your little tippy toes under. Big breath in. As you breathe out, push your bottom up towards the ceiling, and then bring your chest in towards your knees. Now, what we should feel is as if we're lifting up from under your belly button. That's where the lift should come from. I want you to push the floor away with your hands, and one heel at a time, we're just going to pedal down towards the floor. Don't worry if you need your knees bent. I'd rather you had your chest towards your knees than you were here with your knees straight. And we'll just pedal one heel down at a time, stretching through, breathing gently, and taking it nice and easy. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to come back down to the floor. So I want you to shift your weight forward so your shoulders come over your wrists, knees come to the floor, tuck your toes under, have a nice big stretch. We're going to do that one more time. So when you're ready, pulling back up to all fours with your hands slightly further forwards, tuck your toes under, big breath in. As you breathe out, bring butt up to the air, chest towards your knees, and you can pedal through those feet, stretching down the backs of your legs. Oh, really get into those calves, into those hamstrings. And when you're ready, we'll shift the weight forwards, bring your knees down to the floor, untuck your toes, and we're going to bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Give your wrists a little bit of a break if they need. Okay, for this next move, I want you to widen your hands ever so slightly. Widen your knees ever so slightly. Feels like a weird position. And we're going to transfer our weight over to our left hand, left knee. We're going to stretch your right hand up towards the ceiling, straighten your right leg away from you, and really lift from the tips of the fingers. Hold, and then we're planting that right hand back down, right knee back down, and shifting the weight the other way this time. So coming onto right knee, right hand, straightening the arm up towards the ceiling, stretching from tips of toes, tips of fingers, and then coming back down. And we'll keep switching from side to side, really lengthening. An extra thing we can add in is to then take the arm up over our head. That feels really lovely. And then come back down. It's just all about stretching, lengthening through the body, getting yourself moving so we're not stuck in that same posture of those rounded shoulders. Okay, lovely. Keep on going with these. I think they sound meaty, but they're actually a really lovely lengthening stretch. We'll do last one on each side. Lifting, stretching over if you have to. And last one. Stretching, coming back. Amazing. So the last thing we're going to do is just to really try and open up the chest. I want you to sit nice and tall. We're going to bring arms out in front of us. Big breath in and open the arms as you breathe out. Take a lovely stretch, almost come into a little back extension and bring the arms round. Go in again, big breath in. Take the arms up, stretching around, almost coming into that extension again. Back. Obviously, if you're fused, I'm not going to extend much, but we can have a go. Big breath in. We'll take this 2 more times. Stretching, opening the chest. And last one. Big old breath in. Breathing out. Wonderful. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more stretched at the front, a little bit more worked at the back, in reverse of that scrunchy posture we tend to sit in all day. So take a second to just think about how you're feeling right now. Do you feel a little bit taller, a little bit straighter? And we're going to take our nice deep breaths in this position. Rather than doing a shoulder shrug, we'll do a chest opener. So we'll take a big breath in, open those arms to either side and release them back. Big breath in, open the arms out and release. Last one. Big breath in, open the chest and let it go. You can have a little shimmy and we are all done. Really well done. I hope that's been really helpful just to give you a little bit of awareness of the muscles that don't tend to work during the day. Keep at it, it will get easier, and I will see you back soon for another session.